All right, here we go. Let's hop into it. Almost forgot what we were drawing. Okay. Alright, sorry I'm not talking much. Just trying to get some of the basic drawing out here. He's playing a saxophone. Trying to keep something, you know, obvious, but also, interpretive as well. Oh, thanks for following. Tav Artist, welcome. It's more of a chromatic link and an art app for artists to draw together. Oh, that's cool. They're private jams. So kind of like Gardic Phone. Tav, welcome to the community. It says you're an artist, right, in your name. What kind of art do you do? I'm currently drawing a fella here playing the saxophone is what I'm going for, and trying to keep it loose, and interpretive. So, we know what it is, but also I don't want it to be, I want it to be loose and fun. So let's see where our shadows might be. Something like that. Alright. So, there's no right or wrong answer here. We're just, kind of seeing what happens. Might work, might not. That's okay. I'm kind of digging that. Let's give him something like this. Maybe this whole part here. Kind of give him a couple little shadows here, something like that. Something like this. Alright. So just to give it another kind of texture. Oh, Tab, you joined the Discord and the Twitch. Thanks. Awesome. Share some art with us. Let's take a look at it. A lot of times we do portraits, but I'm trying some new stuff here just for fun. I think it's about time we get a fresh paper towel. These guys are soaked in charcoal. Alright, so let's see what we got here. So let's find some highlights now. So I feel like our fella here, one thing I missed before we moved on to our highlights, he's wearing a striped shirt. Maybe I can imply that shirt as well. Something like this. Yeah, and nothing has to be perfect. He's also wearing glasses. It would be nice to kind of imply those as well. Okay, I can get with that. You know, I'm not trying to put all the pieces in the right places necessarily. I'm just kind of putting the pieces down, you know? What's up, Goo Man? Yeah, I love working with charcoal. What kind of drawings do you do, Goo Man? Let's see them. All right, so let's find some highlights here. Yeah, be sure and like or subscribe or join the Twitch or follow. I don't know if you're on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, join the Twitch. If you're on Twitch, join the YouTube. Could also like imply like where his mouth might be on this. Something like that, you know. Maybe where there's a highlight on an ear here, and there's no right answers here. And I'm looking at a picture here on Google. I just Googled a picture of a man playing the saxophone, and I'm just kind of using it as a loose reference. You know, I mean, it kind of got me started, but it doesn't have to look like the reference. It just has to be kind of fun and expressive for me, you know, and hopefully that makes it fun and expressive for anybody else who wants to take a look at it. Let's see. I think we're done. What do we think? How do you like that? Mostly design now, Goo Man says. Got some oil and charcoal acrylic painting from high school. Well, design is cool too. What kind of designs do you do, Goo Man? Again, you can if you want to pop on over to the Twitch, join the Discord. Show us some of your art. Oh, cool, Tab. Put some stuff in the Discord. We'll take a look in just a second. I'm gonna do a few drawings, and then at when we wrap up, I'll take a look at everybody's art. Thanks so much for sharing on the Discord. Oh, you know what? Look here. This is when I should do the. This is when I should do the thumbnail. You can just barely see the drawing. Good enough. All right, so there it is. There's our saxophone guy. What do we think? Can we tell it's a saxophone guy? Do you love it? Do you hate it? What do you rate it? All right, so let's do another one. Let's do another one. We'll take turns. We'll do faces and we'll do figures. And if anybody's got a request, just let me know. All right, let me get this guy clamped down. Then we'll do a face this time instead of a figure. All right. 10 out of 10. Thanks, Tav. Flag says the band kid in me is saying that saxophone is held wrong. Hey, I was looking at the reference. That's how he held it in the picture. So we're going to do a portrait this time. All right, let's go. Okay. And you'll notice I'm using two hands here for funsies. Okay. What do you think? Do you think there's a face in there? Can you see it? Alright, let's try to bring it out a little more. Something like that. Finding all the darkest parts of the face first. Something like that. Right? Can y'all see a face there? That was pretty quick. We got that out, huh? Alright, so now let's find some shadows on this person. This guy or this gal or this non-binary pal. Does anybody see anything particular here? What is this person's name? What are they into? Alright. Voila. What do we think? Can you see it? Alright, let's do a little bit of smudging here. Say a little bit. We're gonna do a lot of bit of smudging. Kind of help me bring out some like dimensionality in it, so we'll have some extra mid-tones. And if we really want to get in there and soften that up, it'll give us like a nice little soft gray to work with, a little bit of like an underpainting. What's up? Hi, Jaden. Thanks for joining the chat. Be sure and like or subscribe, or if you're on YouTube, we're also live on Twitch. And if you're on Twitch, we're also live on YouTube, so join either one of those communities if you want. Also, we have a Discord. If you'd like to join in something like that. So I'm just using a gum eraser is what it's called in order to like find some highlights, where some highlights might be, you know. So something like that. And then at the end I kind of like to define the eyes, the pupil the most, so we kind of know where to look. You know, kind of forces the audience to look right into the eyeballs. So what we'll do is we'll finish off with like a highlight in the pupil here. And be sure to put the highlight on the same side as the highlighted side of the face. I'm using an electric eraser. Boom. And I think there we go. There's our face. What do we think? Look like a face to you? Alright. I'm always losing my stuff. Here we go. Let's finish it off with a signature. Done. Donezo. Alright. Moving on, moving on. Alright, so we're going to do another figure this time. Another jazz musician. Will be double checked by Flag. But Flag, I'll remind you, I am also a band nerd. And love art styles when people use grayscales with charcoal. Masterpiece. Thanks, Tav. Word Anarchist, what up? How are you? Thanks for stopping in. Word Anarchist, are you an artist? Are you a writer, maybe? Thanks for joining. What's up? What's the channel on Discord? It's the same thing, Gabriel Saint Art, I think. I'm good, Word Anarchist says. Are you an artist, my guy, my gal, my non-binary pal? Are you you're a writer? Very cool. I'm a writer as well and a director. You should check out my business partner, Derek Denicola Writer. He's probably streaming right now. I can't exactly remember how I got here. I was here a few months ago. Nice. Well, thanks for joining. If you're a writer, seriously, my business partner who I work with in film, he's a writer. His name is Derek DeNicola, writer, and he is. Oh, gotcha. I was gonna say he's probably streaming right now. Cool. Well, now we remember how we know each other. Look at this pencil. Look at this pencil I'm working with. It's very small. Very small pencil. All right. Let's do another musician. I think we'll do a guitarist. I'm just gonna look up a guitarist on Google and use them as a reference and then just kind of make it up from there. Okay, we're gonna go two-handed again. Got him up on my phone, you on the laptop. Nice, appreciate the watch. How is the puppets? Oh shit. It's a very average. Oh shit, that's funny. That's fucking funny. That's fucking funny. I see why you're the word anarchist. That shit was funny. Goo Man, did you find the you don't get to see my face. What up? Goo Man, did you find the Twitch stream, the Discord? All right, so let's do this jazz musician. Okay. All right, something like that. All right. Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. All right, we also got maybe. Sorry, I'm trying to get this out without too many lines. It's fucking tough with two hands. But that's okay, that's the fun, right? Oh, this happens every time. It's gonna be bigger back here. Alright. What do we think? Does that look like a guitarist? See, that's the whole thing. You gotta not care too much. Close enough, you know? It's like, how many obstacles can I put in my way? And then once I've done that, I can go back and make my drawing out of this. I hope. And if not, who cares, you know? You know, and I'm just putting the right lines and the right shadows, but are the right lines and the right shadows in the right places? Probably not. But I don't care. Part of what I'm trying to do here is just like, I want to have fun moving the charcoal around on the paper more than I want to draw a perfect picture, you know? It's fun to just kind of scribble or doodle, you know? And so as long as I'm getting that feeling, I feel like I'm on the right track, you know? So now I'm just gonna try to find where the shadows are. And the thing that's kind of interesting to me is like, even though I keep telling myself I'm not gonna try, or I'm just gonna throw caution to the wind or throw all the rules, I still find at the end, somehow, for some reason, you know, it makes sense. It's like it takes something that doesn't make any kind of sense at all, and over time, you try to make sense out of it, you know? And if that ain't a metaphor for life, I don't fucking know what is. Alright, so again, I'm seeing shadows here on his face, and so I'm kind of trying to interpret where the highlights and the shadows are to each other. I'm not really concerning myself with proportion or um, things like that. Like I am thinking composition, but I'm not thinking proportions or rules or I'm just kind of um, I'm just gonna kind of let the drawing kind of do its thing and try not to get in its way. Oh, does this look like a drawing of a guitarist, or have I lost it? He's supposed to be sitting on a little stool there with his legs kicked up. Can you see that? Yeah, it works. I can be okay with it. You know, and some things I can just fudge a little bit. Like, those aren't on their original drawing. And then, like, maybe just find some, you know, some stuff like that. All right, so let's go to our paper towel here and do some smudging. Jaden says he sees it. What channel is the Discord? I'm gonna put it on the Twitch chat. So if you go to the Twitch, I can link to it. Oh, Mama Buckle, that's right. All right, so let's see if we can try something here. This is always the scary part. See if we look better. Kind of give you a look at it from a distance. Does it look better or worse once I do the smudging? So it's hard to say. All right, so now we found the shadows. We smudged. Now, let's find the highlights. Okay, there's a highlight here. He's got like this hair pushed back on the sides here. Maybe we can find a little bit like that. Like a highlight on his ear here. Like across his brow. And again, like his nose comes down here. I don't know if any of this is correct, like where I was drawing his face earlier, but it's okay. You know, maybe it'll give the impression that he was moving, you know, or that he is moving, but it's not my job to make a perfect drawing. You know, it's just my job to enjoy making the drawing, you know, and I think there's something in a drawing that's fun to make is also going to be fun to look at, you know. So I don't want to take the fun out of it. You know, when you get frustrated when you're trying to make a drawing and it's not coming together, you could just bypass that altogether if you're just like, you know what? I'm not trying to make it look perfect. I'm not trying to make it look realistic. I'm not trying to follow all the rules perfectly. And I'm not saying you should abandon the rules. I'm following every single rule. I'm just I'm not concerning myself with editing while I'm drawing. Like I'm not trying to say, oh, that's not where that line goes, or that's not where that highlight goes. That's not the perfect place. I see a highlight on the image that I'm drawing, and then I put it down on the paper. And then if it's not in the right place, okay, doesn't matter. And then I just move on. And if I spend too much time on one spot or too much time being concerned about everything being in the perfect spot, sometimes it'll pull the fun out of it for me. And I think it'll pull the fun out of it for the viewer sometimes too. It's like it's almost like a joint effort here. What's up, Patrick? Thanks, mate. You know, if you leave the drawing kind of loose, um, you're kind of forcing the audience to do some of the lifting. It's like when you look at a cloud and you can see something amazing, or you see a drawing in the cloud or an object in the cloud. Um, there's no object in the cloud. Your imagination is doing all that work. And I kind of feel like you can draw in a way with that same thing in mind, where it's like, I have a drawing here, obviously, that I'm doing, but also, like, how much of the drawing is me and how much of the drawing is kind of your imagination seeing something here. And, and who's doing the most amount of work here, the artist or the viewer? um, but I think that's kind of the fun. It's like, how loose can I keep it and we all still see a guitarist, you know? And are we all seeing the same guitarist? Who knows? All right, I think he's done. Can we see it? Can everybody see my impressionistic cubist drawing? All right, so let me make sure I'm talking to y'all. What's up, Patrick? Thanks for joining the chat. What's up, Jaden? Looks like you found it. Goo Goo Man, what up? Flag, you still hanging out? Word Anarchist, what up to you? Tav, you still hanging around? I guess Tav and Tavern, that must be the same person, right? All right. I just was giving everybody a shout out right quick. Hit him with another thumbnail. So this is what the thumbnail is going to look like when you get to the YouTube channel I post the video. Ha ha! So that's what you look for when you want to go see. All right. Let me, I need to get something to drink. Oh, here we go. Forgot I had my smoothie. So I think next up we'll do another portrait. Oh, I forgot to sign. Next up we'll do another portrait, and then we'll do another figure. If anybody has any requests, hit me up. You're drawing someone sipping at the coffee shop? We'll post it in the Discord so we can see it. You can call me Poyo, Ari. Okay, I'm not sure what the I mean, I've heard the Poyo. I'm hip to the interwebs, but I don't know. All right. What if we change the angle here? On the YouTube. So y'all can see me a little bit more. Might be a little bit more of a human interaction. What do we think? Maybe I can move this over. I can move this over. There we go. Just trying to get a little bit of, because we got a full on. Oh, now it's all on the camera on this one. That's why we did that, huh? Oh, well. Let's move it back. You just don't get to see my face on the YouTube verticals. It's just all drawing. Is that in this too bad? No, that's not too bad. Nobody's gonna be fussy because you can't see my guitar. All right, all right. So now, moving on from the guitarista. All right, all right. If you're on the Twitch, check out the YouTube. If you're on the YouTube, check out the Twitch. Be sure and ain't no way I said hip. Did I say hip? I got hit with an unk emoji. I don't think I said hip. Yeah, that's better. Oh, you like this angle better, Patrick? Yeah, Patrick, be sure and like or subscribe or follow. Come check out the Twitch, join the Discord. As soon as we get through a couple more, I'm hip to the interwebs. Okay, I may have said I'm hip. I may have said I'm hip to the interwebs. That does sound like something I would have said. All right, we're gonna do another drawing. Y'all ready? A portrait. All right, so check it out. I want everybody, when you see the face, I need you to give me a big capital F-A-C-E, however you spell face. Whoever sees the face first wins. All right, you ready? Because I am hip to the interwebs, no doubt. No diggity. Oh, shit. All right. Do we see a face? How about now? Do we see a face yet? Is there a face there? Well, this is kind of fun doing it in pieces like this, maybe. Do we see a face yet? Like, what part of it is where it's like, oh, there it is. There's a face. Can I just say I'm done? This drawing is finished? There it is, right? Flag sees it. Flag wins. Can I just be done with that now? Can I just say there's my face, I'm finished? I mean, I guess I could do what the fuck I want. But, you know, I just mean like existential question of when is it a face, when is it not a face? And I still think like so much of the work is being done by you watching, or like, even I'm kind of surprised when I see the face. You know, I don't know what it's gonna look like. I don't expect it, and then when it comes out, I'm like, oh, look at that face. You know, who knows? Do you know this person? All right, so now we're gonna add some shadows, something like that. Something like that. And I'm just trying to put like high contrast area. Eyes, ears, nostrils, lips, under the chin. We're going to use our paper towel to do a little bit of smudging. Alright. This always makes me nervous, because I always like really start liking the drawing, and then as soon as I do some of the smudging, I start to get critical. Like, oh, it's changed so much, and it was so good, and is it better or is it worse? And it's like, I don't know why at this point in the process I start getting critical, but I have to just trust the process, smudge some of the lines around, and see what they become. You know, and it might change 3 or 4 times in the drawing before I stop, you know, and I might like it, hate it, And then when I'm done with it, I realize none of that mattered. Like liking it, hating it, that internal battle that I'm dealing with every second I'm drawing, um, it's irrelevant to the drawing. Because when I'm done with it, you just close your notebook and you go about your day. And I wonder, damn, why was I beating myself up about that drawing? And it's like, so what I try to do is like not do that, you know? No sense in beating yourself up at any point in time, much less when you're having fun drawing. So I just, I'm kind of like actively avoiding that part of my self that's going to try to like criticize my work before I'm done with it. And that way I can finish the drawing before the little editor in my mind says it's not good enough, or I didn't like that line, or I don't like the way you're shading, or that's not what a person looks like. And before that person can say anything, I'm done. Who cares if it's good or bad, or doesn't matter. I had fun doing it. You know? What do you think? Right? That wasn't tough. That was easy. Who you looking at, bro? Who you looking at? All right, I guess I need to sign. Yeah, so that's fun. That was fun for me. I'll put all these on a website soon. So you could buy them or just look through them or whatever. All of the above. Of course, love your free flowing. Yeah, you're right, Patrick says. Gotta go. Sub to keep up the great work. Thanks, Patrick. Thanks for hanging out and all the positive feedback, dude. All right, what do y'all think? It's a pretty good face. We've been drawing for 37 minutes now. All right, let's do another figure. Oh, I guess I need to do another one of these thumbnails. I think this is probably not even gonna work, huh? Let's draw. I need to do a song, right? The Let's Draw song. All right, so let's move to another figure drawing. What do y'all think? Do you like the figures or the faces better? We'll put some scribble on the back of this sheet. Uh-oh, did I run into the... Did I just finish this book? Yo, I think I just finished my sketchbook. Wow. Yeah, okay. This book is finished. I'm gonna have to get another one. I got one in the back, I think. Oh, the Demogorgon. Oh, that's the self-portrait that was requested. This was requested, okay? That's a fairy. This was also a request. The kitty cat was also a request. Tavi says, I think one of the things that I don't get along with in my style is dark line art or line art in general, though I love seeing it in other art styles. Tell me a little bit more about the kind of work that you do, Tavi. Oh, here was another request we did for Nico. Oh, here's a portrait I did of Flag Night Star. You remember this portrait, Flag? Looks just like you. Looks just like you. Crazy. Crazy how good I am. Well, Tavern, you and Flag Nightstar probably have some similar inspiration. Okay, and then I think at some point I started drawing on the back. Flag says, "What shows do you like, Tav?" And then they say, "I draw a lot of has-been stuff." Not only do they draw has-been stuff, but they also do what do you call it? Fan fiction. Their Flag is also a writer. So many. This is the first one we drew today. Second one we drew today. The fourth one we drew today. Y'all, I wasn't liking this one at first, but I really like it now for some reason. I also really like this one. You could tell, like, when I get warmed up, like, the work gets a little more. And that's it. That's this entire book. Okay, I think I got more books. This paper's a little thicker. Alright, here's another book. Now, have no fear. We have more paper here. Although I feel like I can get through this book. I'll get through this book today. Yeah, kind of draw fast. Oh, here's a whole other book. I have another whole book here, y'all. We got books out the wazoo. All right, so the last thing we did was it a face? Or Tav says some of the animated show I like are JJK and Bleach. Flag says, okay. All right, so jazz musician. Let's say we want to do another drummer. Let's do another drummer. Do another jazz drummer. Okay, sorry, I'm just looking for an interesting picture as a reference. Okay. Look at these poor excuses for pencils. Alright, let's get back in here. Alright, this pencil's almost shot, but I'm not giving up on it yet. I'm not giving up on it yet. Alright, let's do another little roll call here. Ozzy and Flag are both still hanging out here. I'm just double checking on the streams. We're restreaming in YouTube, just making sure everything's still there. Nice, we got a couple new subscriptions over there on the YouTube. Oh. Like a Chrome link. Their private jams. Oh, I see. Tavern was telling me how the software she uses in the browser. Alright, everything's still looking good. Alright, y'all. Tavi says, I've seen Has-Been Hotel and some of Helvia Boss. Helvia Boss? Alright, y'all, here comes the drummer. Alright, y'all ready? Everybody ready? Y'all ready? We're going in. Okay, sorry. Trying to okay, alright. Y'all tell me when it looks like a drummer, when it stops to look like scribbles and starts to look like something intelligible. You tell me. Okay. Alright, that's a good start. That's a good start. What do we think? Good start, or am I losing my mind? Okay, so what we need here is there's another one here. Okay. There's another one here. So these are symbols. Okay. There's another one here. Alright, and this is our kick drum. And it's got little latches on it that keep the face of the kick drum together. And even though the intricacies of the drum aren't there, I just think seeing some relative rhythm where a drummer might say, oh, I know that pattern, that's the lugs on a kick drum or something, you know? And even though the image, the kick drum doesn't go all the way around, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the kick drum. Oh, and look, there's a tom here. And it also has these lugs. What do we think? Is it starting to look like a drummer yet, or is it still just madness? Look at y'all hitting it off in the chat. Friends in the community. Very cool. All right, so I'm going to add some shadows here. Something's... This arm is... Here we go. It's actually down here, huh? Alright. Same thing here. So I'm just trying to approximate where some shadows are in the image. And again, I'm not critical of maybe the placement or the... I'm critical of the composition. I still want it to look good, like laid out on the page, but the proportions are kind of irrelevant. And they don't have to be like if you're doing something similar and you want to focus on proportions, like that's cool. That's cool. I see, and I do sometimes too. Like I get hung up on proportions, or I might focus on proportion to do something realistic. Um, but in this kind of little exercise here, where we're just kind of having fun, like it's a good exercise in like letting go of a little bit of control and just kind of letting the drawing kind of drive itself a little bit. And it's it's more fun sometimes to kind of not have to judge yourself the whole time you're trying to make a piece of art. Like, what's the point in that? If you can just take away all the parts that you don't like and just focus on the stuff you do like. That's what I'm trying to do anyway. Alright, so this guy's got a hand over here, and it's something like so like if I say like here's a thumb, here's a finger, here's his, you know, like I want to define a hand right there, right? And he's going to be holding a stick. So like there's some method to that, but also like it doesn't matter. And like there was kind of a hand started here, you know, and he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers, right? And then I can see the thumb here, but he'll have a drumstick here. And like purposely hold my pencil in an awkward way to make the drawing like a little less, just a little more obstacles in the way of the drawing, kind of, you know? And I'm gonna smudge it all around. We'll take all that hard work we did and just ruin it. That's how I feel when I do this every time. Like, oh, why? I miss my clean highlights. But, you know, sometimes you gotta give up control and you gotta say, hey, this is part of the process, you know? You gotta do the smudging part, you know? Like I want to like imply like his hand is maybe moving here. Like maybe we could imply some kind of motion here with these smudges. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, so let's get back in here. Let's get back in here and find some highlights. Good night, Tav. It was nice to meet you. Come join us. Again. Thanks for hanging out on YouTube's and the Twitch. Alright, so this might be our last drawing anyway. Alright, so let's find some highlights here. Okay. Alright. Find some highlights here. Okay, alright. And this arm here. Find some highlights there. Oh, Flag's going? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see that. Good night, Flag. I'm glad you made it back. We missed you on the stream yesterday. If you didn't know, Flag has made it to 100 streams in a row. How do you like that for consistency? You like that kind of consistency? Well, you found the community. All right, so we're still just trying to find some highlights. Again, I'm not sure if any of these are in the right place, but I'm not trying to. I don't want to judge myself yet. You know, like nothing makes sense to me right now in this drawing, but in the end, when I look at it, maybe it will. So I'm just trying to work with that in mind. That eventually there's a plan. But there's no plan. Matter of fact, I think I'm done. Boom. Can we tell? Does it look like a drummer? What do we think? Yay, nay? Does it look like a guy playing drums? You know, there's a couple more things I wanted to add. I noticed that he also should have a lapel like that, okay? And then I want to give him a bow tie, because I can, and make sure his shoulder implies a suit. Here we go. Now he kind of feels like a guy in a little tuxedo playing because that's what it was supposed to be. There we go. And if we really want to follow my rules, like, let's find those dark spots here. Something like that. Boom. Let's sign it. Just as haphazardly as we drew it. And there's our jazz drummer. What do we think? I keep talking to the phone. All right, it's another one done. And I think that's it. That's 1 hour of drawing, y'all. Saying that the character that I'm drawing is from 1940 flower style hairdo. Oh, that's interesting. All right. I'm going to say goodbye to the vertical YouTube stream. Thanks for hanging out. Be sure and like, follow, subscribe, Twitch, YouTube, whatever your preferred social media is. See you next time.